Hey everyone, recently I started to write a book that I'm calling Once a Pun a Time. Something about puns, I absolutely love the thought and the creativity that comes behind it. And it really started as a joke that I would use puns to write a book. I've always kind of wanted to write something, write a book in particular, especially something that would inspire someone. And when I thought about it, the puns kind of worked out. And so my hope for this book is just kind of sharing something that's funny, a pun, and then use a story from my own life or an event or something that happens that applies to that pun. So when you think of it, you think of this awesome truth that goes along with it. So the point of this video is going to share one of these chapters, the first one that I wrote, the one that I thought was pretty clever, and so far is probably one of my favorites. And the pun is, what do you call a pile of kittens? Well, you call it a meowtain. And I think it's so awesome. Just who thinks of these kind of things? They're incredible. And the thing is about it is, like, we all face mountains in our lives, no matter what size they are, what they look like to us. They're all different. And one that I faced in my own life was when I was in 8th grade. I felt compelled to have a Bible study for everybody, and there was a girls' Bible study that was already happening. It was kind of going on. So my thought was, the best thing to do is to partner up with a person that is already doing this. And maybe just girls, we can open it up to both, and this person would be awesome to work with. But she wanted to keep it as a girls' Bible study, which is totally understandable, because there's something awesome when just women or just men get together and have study together. So I understood, but that left me with, okay, what am I going to do? And at the time, I was a shy kid. I didn't want to talk to that many people. It would be weird to me, and I have no experience in doing this. I've only been like a Christian for a year. I don't know that much. It doesn't make sense to me to do this. It was a mountain in my life. It looked huge. It looked massive. I had no clue how I was going to do it, but I knew I wanted to. So I decided to do it. And from that point on, what was a mountain became a meowtain. Just a pile of kittens, cute, cuddly little kittens. Or for the people that love dogs, just a pile of puppies. It just doesn't fit the pun. A teacher let me use a room. I had a mentor that had Bibles for me to use. My youth pastor came and helped speak, and he helped kind of coach me a bit. Everything kind of fell into place as soon as I took that step of, like, okay, I'm going to do this. I want people to have this opportunity. And it was actually from that moment, from that time, that I learned to love ministry, that I loved to teach people about Jesus, that I love to have community. And it was a starting point in my life for something that grew through the ups and downs in my life, and as I learned more about it. And so that mountain that became a mountain became a pivotal point in my life. Now, one of two things can happen. Sometimes our mountains turn into mountains. Here again, sometimes they turn into mountains. Sometimes what we're facing is just really a pile of kittens, but we have like the wrong point of view, that we're kind of down low and the kitten looks like it's gigantic and huge, and in reality it's just cute and fluffy, just small. And we usually sometimes don't see that until we, one, like, change our perspective, or two, actually take a step forward towards it and see that, like, oh, it is soft, it is cuddly. Now, unfortunately, sometimes there's moments that it doesn't turn into a pile of kittens, that really it's gonna be a long trek ahead of us. Now, if you've never hiked a mountain before, if you've never climbed a mountain before, I highly encourage it. I love it so much. It's so much fun. It can be a little bit painful sometimes, because it is long, depending on where you're climbing, but it is totally worth it. And because there's certain points you get to that you never expect, the view that you get from it, and it's just so beautiful. But you get to the top, like you accomplished something that you'd only accomplish if you went through the pain of climbing a mountain. So there's so many incredible things that happen when you do that. And another incredible thing about it is sometimes there's multiple trails when you go up a mountain. You can go up one side, you can go up another. One might be a quick shortcut to the top. The other one might be a little bit longer and take some time. And the same thing is with our lives. We climb up these mountains, and if we don't climb up these mountains, one, we don't get stronger. Two, there might be something at the top that we'd only experience if we got to the top. That means we got to pursue whatever dream, goal, passion that we have And that is probably something that's sitting at the top of a mountain that you're gonna have to climb up, and it just takes one step at a time. Obviously, sometimes you cannot make a day trip up the mountain and back down. They'll sometimes kill you. And sometimes it's just a process. You take one step, one moment, and along the way you get these beautiful moments in your life that you say, man, I couldn't trade this for the world. But you never reach there if you did not start climbing the mountain. And I'm not talking about mountains, I'm talking about real mountains. They're hard, they're difficult, but you know, bring a buddy along, bring someone along, because it makes it even better. And in the hard times, they can help lift you up, or maybe they're having a hard time and you can lift them up. But we gotta face our mountains. We cannot sit at the base of them and never experience what lies ahead. So I encourage you today, whatever it is, whatever is your dream, whatever is your passion, whatever you're excited about, go for it, full force. Take one step at a time. It takes a minute to get to the top of the mountain. Or, you never know, sometimes you approach it and it just becomes a pile of kittens. It's just gonna be a small, little, cute mountain. So go after it, whatever it is.